Good morning, I'm Julia Casa, NECA Member Manager, and I welcome you all to the launch of the NECA Safe HSEQ Risk Focus Program. We are live streaming today from TLE Chatswood. The store is located at 65 Victoria Avenue, which is at the North Willoughby end of Victoria Avenue near Eastern Valley Way. Great location, easy accessible and plenty of parking. Feel free to come in and speak to Marcus and his team about your account anytime. After strong member feedback in 2023, we have launched the NECA Risk Program for 2024. Members would have seen the recent email comms outlining how you and your business can use the free program to maintain compliance and stay current on all safety regulatory compliance. Each month, the NECA Safe team will take a deep dive into a different set of risks covering nearly all aspects of our industry. Some of the elements your business can utilise include a live stream toolbox talk from an MMEM branch across Australia that can be attended in person or watched live from your office or job site. An updated suite of SWMS, safety forms and checklists tailored to the month's hazard. A suite of more comprehensive toolbox talks on hazards that your business may need greater awareness on. In addition to these live toolbox talks, we have developed an extensive collection of document templates that NECA members can access. These documents have been recently reviewed, created or updated by the NECA Safe team, ensuring that the NECA safety systems are always up to date. Members can access the toolkit via the NECA Members Knowledge Base, which houses all NECA department resources, including NECA Safe, NECA Legal and NECA Technical. So joining us today is our NECA Safe Manager, Owen Leslie.
Thanks, Julia. Thanks for going, and thanks for coming to the Risk Focus program and tuning in. We're going to be covering a range of topics throughout the entire year. I'm going to start with January, which is the one we're doing today, which is radiation extreme temperature. February, we're going to be tackling psychosocial hazards. In March, we're going to do chemicals and toxic substances. In what comes after March? May, we're going to be doing biological, which covers off the health in HSEQ. Then we're going to get into the safety subjects after that. With June, we're going to be covering gravity. In July, we'll be covering, now I've forgotten, we're going to be covering manual tasks. And in August, machine, plant and equipment. That covers off the S in HSEQ. In September, we're going to be covering off environmental controls. In October, which is also safety month, we're going to have a big one covering electrical safety hazards as well. So tune in for that one, or every single one. And in November, we're going to be covering off quality controls, covering off the HSEQ.
Great, thanks Owen. Now, to get us started, we will be exploring a crucial topic that directly impacts workers in our industry: radiation and extreme temperatures. Before we dive into radiation and its effects, it's crucial to understand the diverse roles and specialisations within the electrotechnology industry. This sector encompasses a wide range of trades, including electricians, accredited service providers, power distribution contractors, telecommunication experts, air conditioning specialists, HVAC technicians, audio-visual technicians, cable installers, EV charging professionals, fibre optic experts, generator technicians, metering specialists, solar energy professionals and switchboard manufacturers. Apologies if I've missed your specialisation, but I'm pretty sure I've covered them all. These professionals are involved in construction, residential, commercial and industrial projects that further highlights our industry's complexity and the potential risks that workers encounter.
That's right, Julia. Just to let you guys also know, we have a QR code at the end of this live stream which will take you to a record of attendance. So by watching today's live stream, whether you're in the office or you're on site, you can scan the QR code at the end of the live stream and it will take you to an area where you can fill out a record of attendance, put in your employer's email address and it will send them a certificate. So it acts as meets the requirements of a toolbox talk today as well.
Great. Now, does that also include a quiz, Owen?
Actually, it does, Julia. So we've built in a quiz, so better listen up today so you can understand. You can fill out the quiz, so it also acts as a verification of competency. So employers can double check to see if their employees actually understand radiation extreme temperature. We're doing one of these specifically every month for each risk subject as well. So each month there'll be a different quiz. And if you need more information, you can always go to MKB, download the Toolbox Talks and do further reading, just in case you really want to get that 100% if you can't get it off the top. but there's plenty of information on the MKB, so you can get those quizzes with 100% accuracy.
Great, that's fantastic.
No worries.
Okay, so Owen, let's start with the basics. What exactly is radiation and how does it affect workers in the electrotechnology industry?
Yeah, so radiation is basically subatomic particles emitted, whether naturally or man-made, and they in the form of wavelengths. So there's different types of radiation that electrotechnology workers will come across. So UV is the most common one. There's also RF hazards, radio frequency hazards, which can cause some damage. And there's also EMF hazards, electromagnetic fields, which are not as dangerous as the other ones as well. In fact, there's very little evidence to suggest they're dangerous, but the two others, UV and RF, are definitely of concern.
Wow, that does sound pretty serious.
Yeah.
So what other dangers do workers face in terms of radiation hazards?
In radio frequency hazards, there is a risk for electrotechnology workers, especially if you're unaware. So you might jump on top of a roof to do some maintenance work or anything like that, and on that roof there is often mobile phone transmitters. Now they have the same equipment in there and work very similar to a microwave oven, and now a microwave oven cooks from the inside out. And same with the mobile phone transmitters, they'll emit energy and they can actually cause thermal burns, but from the inside out. Now on the inside of your body, there's often not the pain receptors for you to actually understand that there's actually something happening to you or you're getting burnt. So that's where the risk can really come in. There's other effects too, dizziness, dehydration, other illness effects that you might notice before you actually realize that there's you're suffering from thermal burns in that case. Yeah.
I had no idea that, I guess, radiation exposure could lead to such serious health risks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, what parts of the body are we talking about here, Owen?
Yeah, probably the more sensitive parts of the body, unfortunately. So your eyes, your kidney, your liver, and even your testes as well.
Oh, wow. So you're telling me workers can have their testes microwaved?
Yeah, absolutely. If they're not aware of the hazards, and you work in too much close proximity to these mobile transmitters and you're just unaware of the hazards, that can definitely happen, unfortunately.
Wow,
yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so let's move on to extreme temperature hazards. What exactly do we mean by extreme temperatures and how does it affect workers in the electrotechnology industry?
Yeah, so extreme temperatures, like yesterday, it was a very, very hot day.
Definitely.
So basically, you know, extreme temperature can lead to heat stress. That's probably the most common, but also dehydration, once again, dizziness. But it can also have a negative effect on the equipment that we're working on and create extra risk as well. So extra heat can result in different faults happening within the equipment and also can lead to fires and different bits and pieces like that. So you need to be aware in the extreme temperature. On the other hand, you also got extreme cold. And this can affect quite a number of our members, especially those working in the Alpine district. Let's get that right. So frostbite, dehydration again, hypothermia, and it can also have a negative effect on equipment. So you've got condensation, the plastic and insulation can get brittle and break and cause more risks through that process as well. So we need to be wary when we're working in the extreme temperature areas.
Definitely, definitely. It's pretty clear that both radiation and extreme temperature hazards can pose such a significant on workers in the electrotechnology industry.
Yep.
Now, how can employers identify these risks and take steps to lower the risk?
Yeah, the best way to do it is to have a good pre-start risk assessment, which takes the weather into account and also looks for maybe unknown hazards like mobile transmitters in the proximity of the workplace. Or any other equipment that emits radiation, you know, X-ray equipment, or if you're working in a hospital location or anything else that's there. So be aware of the hazards, make sure that that equipment's been isolated if you have to work in close proximity. Good pre-start risk assessment is definitely one of the key things that we're going to be talking about. So that's cool.
Great. Now, once risks are identified, Owen, what steps should employers take to treat and monitor them?
Absolutely. So once we understand the risk, and they're fairly common, you want to put all that into a safe work method statement. Having a good safe work method statement is sort of key for any good safety management system and keeping it maintained updated. Now, part of this actual risk focus program, one of the things that we're doing at the NECA Safe team is updating our whole safety management system month by month and releasing that in a toolkit of documents that will be available to members. Now that includes policy, forms, procedures, safe working procedures, safe work method statements. So you know, you can access those. We're going to keep them up to date as well as our risk registers. So if you use the NECA system, you're going to get access to that equipment, and we're going to help you keep up to date by participating with these toolbox talks and everything like that will also help out as well. But if you are maintaining your own system, definitely do your pre-starts, monitor your pre-starts, re-record those common items into your safe work method statements, and make sure you've got a good system in place.
Great. Sounds good. Now, Owen, you did mention earlier about the resources available on the MKB platform. Is there a checklist that members can use to determine if they're correctly managing the risk of radiation in extreme temperatures?
Yeah, absolutely. So another thing my team's managed to do is create a specific checklist that you guys can utilize out in the field to double check any blind spots that you might have in regards to radiation extreme temperature for this month. And once again, we're going to do these checklists every single month.
Great.
So based on the subject that we're covering, so there'll be checklists next month on psychosocial hazards and so on as the months go through. So grab the checklist, nominate a person in your business to fill out that checklist, and that's going to help you guys identify your blind spots as well, along with the verification competency quiz for your employees to undertake. And so there's a bunch of stuff, and the new documentation, bunch of stuff for you guys to keep up to date with this program.
Fantastic. Now, thank you so much for explaining that, Owen. Really appreciate it. It's pretty clear that there are a number of checklists and documents essential for the Electrotechnology business to ensure the utmost safety in their workplaces. Thank you so much, Owen and TLE Chatswood, for your valuable insights on radiation and extreme temperature hazards. That is all the time we have for today, but please join us for next month's risk focus on psychosocial hazards.
Yeah, look out for the comms coming out for that one.
Definitely. Stay safe, and don't forget to sign off on today's Toolbox Talk and send a record to your employer.
Thank you.
Thank you.